I was the production manager at Armstrong World Industries ceiling tile plant in St. Helens, Oregon, for just about 3 years. Now, I was offered the job by the vice president of operations as long as I completed a project I had been working on with the plant called the 15-minute changeover project. And during that project, we were trying to reduce the overall and average changeover time from about 27 minutes on average to 15 minutes for all products. Now, during that project, we had identified and developed what we called the one best way changeover procedures. And we had trained all of the technicians in it, created standard work and checklists, and actually installed a thing we called the Tower of Light. Now, the concept of the Tower of Light was at 7 key stations along the line, technicians were required to flip the appropriate light to give status of theirs during the changeover. So if they were yellow, it meant that they were in changeover and not complete. If they were red, it meant that they were working on it and they needed help. And if it was green, it meant that they were done and ready to send material around the line. Now, people were using this Tower of Light and flipping the lights. But what I noticed was when all 7 stations had green lights, people were not starting production. So what was happening was they were flipping the lights, but they weren't looking at the status of the other stations along the line. So I realized as production manager that we needed an extra layer of communication. So we developed a thing we called the changeover script. We created a before changeover script, during changeover, and after. And I worked with our technicians to develop it in terms that made sense to them. We would use our plant PA system, and before the changeover, one technician would control the script by announcing the product we were changing from, the product we were changing to, the time it should take, and reminders of using the towers of light. During the changeover, what we were asking our technicians to do was once they flipped their light to green to announce that they were ready. Now, early on, people made fun of the script and they basically would use it, but kind of sound kind of silly or snarky when they were making announcements. Sometimes they didn't use it at all until we started to have better changeovers. The results were great. We were getting reduced time. So then what happened was the making fun of it turned into having fun with it. And so every time a technician would complete his or her work at the station, they would announce ready. But a few of them would put a lot of emotion and say they were ready. And it would seem to energize the rest of the team to compete and keep up and finish their work. Now, following all this, the performance just kept improving. And so our goal of being at an average of 15 minutes across the entire line and across all of our production actually came down to just under 11 minutes. And the script itself became part of the culture of the plant. No longer was it something to make fun of. No longer was it just an additional thing. It became a part of who we were and how we got stronger as a team.
I hope this story provided you with some inspiration to revisit your own processes. I have a lot more I'd like to share. Head over to pi-partners.com to learn how I can help. And check back from time to time for more Kaizen stories.